Hey, welcome back to Higher Self Season. It was created for women who have unapologetically awakened to their true identity. We're honored to explore spiritual and financial teachings from a unique perspective. Our platform, Wealth, means so much more than money. It represents a powerful mantra, which is women experience abundant lives through healing. I'm going to share my personal and professional experiences in addition to cultivating thought-provoking discussions with amazing people. Our primary topics highlight a trio of core values: mindset wellness, vision manifestation, and legacy planning. We believe that women can achieve limitless levels of success when all areas of their lives are in alignment. I am Miss Nia Imani, your host, and thank you so much for joining me today. This episode is called Unlock Your Feminine Financial Flow. And every single Sunday, I actually host Higher Self Season at a fabulous venue. Typically, they're going to be outdoors because I like to do different themes and everything like that. And in alignment with this particular theme, I hosted it at the Roswell Mill Waterfall. If you live in Atlanta or near the area, I would strongly suggest that you go out there. You can do a quick solo trip. You can take your entire family. You can grab some girlfriends, or you can even do a date out there. It's such a beautiful, beautiful space. And I had an opportunity to just kind of walk around. And truthfully, I didn't have any guests. A lot of times I would have other women, but in my spirit, I was prepared for that. And I was also ready to present like there was 1,000 women there, because I know that everything that I'm doing is so powerful, is so healing, is so innovative, and it's different. And Higher Self Season is a sacred space for women on Sunday. And I am committed to creating that atmosphere in me, and then also so that I can translate that and share that with the women who will be in attendance. So I just started doing these events about 3 weeks ago. This is our third one. The first one was at Westside Park, beautiful, beautiful location. And then the second one, we did it at a little park over in Midtown called Wynn Park, little nestled in the middle of the city, beautiful atmosphere as well. That was for Mother's Day. But for this one at Roswell Mill, I did have some RSVPs, right? But however, I kind of had a feeling that nobody was going to come. And I know it may seem a little crazy, but I was excited about it. I was looking forward to pursuing the vision and being consistent even when it's not convenient. And I want to share that nugget with you because a lot of you have purpose in your heart. A lot of you have missions that you want to accomplish, but sometimes you feel like it's not moving forward fast enough, or people are not celebrating you, or they are not supporting you, and then you abort mission. Guess how I know? Because I used to be her. I was her. I'm overcoming that version of myself. So to be out there in this atmosphere and looking at this beautiful stream of water and understanding and knowing that God had given me the vision to create the title for this theme of this event called Unlock Your Feminine Financial Flow. And look how the water is literally uncontrollable. It is streaming with a force. It is being consistent in its flow. And it is powerful. You cannot put a bucket there to stop it. You cannot put a board there to stop it. You cannot put any type of structure there to stop the flow from coming forward in this river. So I want you to start looking at your finances from the same perspective, that you are born to be wealthy, that wealth is your birthright, and that there's nothing or no one that can stop you from what God has for you. We have been allowing the enemy, we have been allowing ourselves, we have been allowing our circumstances, we have been allowing situations to get us off track. And I'm saying on my own behalf, and I want to speak to you, sis, enough is enough. Enough is enough. When are you going to take control? Get back in the driver's seat of your life and say, God, I'm in the car, but I need you to take the wheel. I need you to guide my footsteps. I need you to anoint my mind. I need you to monitor where my hands go and monitor what I take my hands off of, especially those things that are no longer serving you. And that could be objects, or that could be people, that could be a job, that could be a relationship. That some of you have children that are being used through the enemy to stop you from doing certain things that you know that you need to do as far as being a legacy leader. So let's talk about that. What is a legacy leader? A legacy leader is a generational cycle breaker. They have been chosen to change the trajectory of their entire family. They understand that sowing seeds of greatness equals income and impact. When you are a legacy leader, guess what? The road will not be easy. I'm telling you firsthand. Okay, there are going to be a lot of obstacles that you may have to face. There are going to be a lot of hurdles that you may have to jump over. But guess what? You are well equipped to get it done. Actually, you are the one that has been anointed to get it done. And even when you feel like you want to faint, even when you feel like you want to quit, God is going to give you the courage to continue to keep going. Just like I went out there with all of my stuff for Higher Self Season, which is the sacred space that I've created for women on Sunday. And I had some RSVPs, but I knew in my spirit that nobody else was going to come. And I was excited about it. I was excited to move forward. I was excited to allow God to use me. And guess what? It was one of my most anointed sessions that I had out there in the river, out there with the river and myself. And a prayer and a plan. And that's how you start unlocking your feminine financial flow, when you can move in your own energy, when you can move and knowing that if God be for me, who could be against me? If he called me to it, I know he's going to get me through it. You got to start having that type of perspective. You got to start having that type of mindset. You got to start having that type of mentality in every single thing that you're doing. You have to start being intentional about the money that you want to create and that you want to generate in your business on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, and on an annual basis. Because when you are focused on the vision, when you have written it down, when you have made it plain, in our organization, we have something called the company revenue chart. The company revenue chart is a itemized list of all your services that you offer. And those services, they have a price tag to those services. And your price tag to those services, you're able to now see how many of these do I need to sell, how many things that I need to do in this category of my business in order to equal this amount of income. Stop feeling like you got to apologize because you want to be wealthy. Stop feeling like you have to tiptoe around people because your vision is too much for them. Stop trying to dim your light because you're shining too bright and people are saying, oh, she thinks she all that. Ask me how I know. Because I've heard it all. I've heard it all. I started this journey early in my 20s. I'm 48. And it's taken me a little bit longer because guess what? I didn't stand firm on who God has called me to be. And then I wavered, and then I allowed people to get me off track. I allowed them to sow seeds of doubt, depression, confusion, insecurity, all the things. I've experienced it, sis. That's why I can speak to you from firsthand. And even with me elevating my voice and stepping into my higher self, it took me years, and people would be like, girl, you're so amazing. You're so talented. You can do this and you can do that. But for the life of me, I could not see the greatness in me. I could not see what God had put inside of me. There was one point where I did see it. And then there was a point to where I could not, for the life of me, I could not remove the veil. There was complete darkness. I could not see the power within me. I could not see my gifts, my talents, my credentials. I was not leveraging them. I was not utilizing them. I have a real estate license in 2 states. I passed the test on the first try. But let's back up. Over 30 some odd years ago, I dropped out of school at 16 years old. I don't have a high school diploma. Never went back to get a GED. Never went to college. But guess what? God had made sure that I was knowledgeable. I got a lot of street smarts because I was raised in the hood. And then I studied. And he perfected my craft. And then I'm a master at a lot of different things. But I could not see that value in me because there was so many things. And there was so much childhood trauma that was ruining and running a story in my mind to where I could not unlock my own feminine financial flow. Even when people would tell me how amazing I was, I did not see it for myself. And the reason why this is so important is because I need you to understand that regardless of what it looks like, regardless of what it feels like, regardless of what it might even be in that moment, because I know sometimes it's way easier said than done. To come on and step outside of that low vibrational place to say, you know what? I'm ready to walk in my higher self season. I know, sis, I know. Because I'm finally getting the courage to do it myself. But I refuse to sit back and allow my fellow sisters to not have access to knowledge and information that has been departed in me. And I want you to be a legacy leader. I want you to consciously create generational wealth, not just for your children, not just for you, but for your children. Your children deserve to be wealthy too. I'm right there. I'm showing you. It says, I was born to be wealthy. That is my 44x4. It is a affirmation. It is scripting. And so what we do is you write a affirmation 44 times for 4 days in a row. And that particular affirmation was, I was born to be wealthy. And you have the right to claim it. You have the right to unlock your feminine financial flow. You don't have to apologize for wanting to be more. You don't have to apologize for wanting a mansion. You don't have to apologize for wanting to drive a luxury car. You don't have to apologize for wanting to eat at fine dining restaurants. You don't have to apologize. I want you to know that there's nothing that could stop you. And when you get into that mode to where you release it, my shirt says, I'm done sleeping on myself. I woke the hell up. This is from my Legacy Tees and Accessories, which is a clothing line that I created. I designed that. But I hid that for many years. People didn't even know that I had it. So now I'm pulling a lot of my gifts off the shelf and putting myself out there, just like I'm encouraging you to do the same. Look at it, says, I'm done sleeping on myself. I woke the hell up. Sis, wake up. Fabulous Life International is an awakening agency. We inspire legacy leaders to consciously create generational wealth by elevating their higher self. Every single thing that I do is done with purpose. And all those things, I didn't even know the rhyme or the reason, but now I'm very clear because I had my own awakening. And now I get it. Now I am flowing like the river. I am flowing in my own feminine financial flow. And this is another thing that I like to say when I'm out in nature and when I'm doing these higher self season events on Sunday. I always remind myself and I remind the ladies that are there, you are abundant like the leaves on the tree. You are abundant like the leaves on the trees. Imagine the leaves on the trees as access to income. Pull down those leaves. Those could represent dollars. There is no lack when you look at money like leaves on the trees. I love you. I'm praying for you. Have a good one.